What if I told you a single project in Renton could quietly change how buyers choose homes and how sellers position their properties? Because that's exactly what's happening right now in downtown Renton. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or even relocating anywhere in South King County, this is something you want to understand early. I'm Joe Perkins with Perkins Associates, and today we're breaking down what Renton's new indoor public market could mean for real estate. Not just the project itself, but how it could influence lifestyle, demand, and long-term value. And this applies whether you're a buyer looking for the right location or a seller trying to stand out in today's market. What this project actually is. Let's start simple. The Renton Market and Piazza is a planned indoor public market at 233 Burnett Avenue South, right in downtown Renton. It's part of a bigger city effort to make downtown more active and more usable year-round. Now, most people hear public market and think, cool, more shops. But here's what matters. This isn't just retail. It's designed to bring in food vendors, local businesses, small entrepreneurs, and consistent foot traffic. And that changes how a place feels. Not just once a year, every week. Here's where buyers and sellers usually miss it. Most people focus on the house, bedrooms, square footage, price, but buyers don't just buy a house, they buy a lifestyle. And lifestyle is shaped by what's around the home. So let me ask you this. If you're choosing between two similar homes, and one is near a walkable, active downtown with places to go regularly, and the other isn't, which one feels more livable? That's the shift happening here. A year-round indoor market creates a reason to be downtown on a normal Tuesday, not just during events. And that consistency is what builds long-term appeal. What this means for buyers. If you're a buyer, especially in South King County, this is where strategy comes in. Because this project is not just about today. It's about where Renton is heading. Some buyers will start to see downtown adjacent areas differently, not just as close to things, but as part of a more active, connected lifestyle. Now, that doesn't mean everyone should rush to buy near downtown, but it does mean you should ask better questions. What will this area feel like in 3 to 5 years? Will I actually use what's being built nearby? Will this location become more convenient over time? Because the buyers who think like that usually make stronger, long-term decisions. What this means for sellers. Now, if you're a seller, this is where it gets really interesting. Because this kind of project gives you something most listings don't have, a story. Instead of just saying, close to shopping, you can say, this home is near a growing downtown with a year-round market, local vendors, and community activity. That's a completely different level of positioning. But here's the key. Most sellers either ignore this or overhype it. And both are mistakes. You don't want to exaggerate, but you do want to connect your home to how the area is evolving, because buyers are already thinking about it, even if they don't say it out loud. And here's something most people don't realize. A project like this doesn't need to be massive to change perception. It just needs to be consistent. And I'll explain why that matters in a second. How this changes everyday life. Cities promote big projects all the time, but the places that actually shape daily life are the ones you can use easily and often. Coffee runs, quick lunches, casual meetups. That's what this market supports. And that's what creates what I call lifestyle infrastructure. Places that make a city feel alive without needing a special event. So if you live nearby, it becomes part of your routine. If you're relocating, it becomes a deciding factor. And if you're selling, it becomes part of your value story. By the way, if you're trying to figure out whether areas like Renton make sense for your next move, buying or selling, this is exactly the kind of thing we help clients evaluate. Not just the home, but the direction of the neighborhood. For relocation buyers, this matters even more. Because when you're moving from outside the area, you're not just comparing homes. You're comparing cities. Renton versus Kent. Renton versus Maple Valley. Renton versus Covington. And what do people look for? Signs of activity. Convenience. Identity. A public market checks all 3 boxes. It tells you, this is a place where people actually spend time. And that can tip the scale in a decision. Now here's the part most people skip. Don't just watch the announcement. Watch what happens next. Does it open on time? Do vendors show up? Does foot traffic increase? Do nearby businesses benefit? Because that's what determines real impact. Not headlines, real usage. So here's the bottom line. This project alone won't magically raise home values overnight. But it can absolutely change how Renton is perceived, and perception drives demand. Demand shapes real estate decisions. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or relocating anywhere in King County, This is exactly the kind of local insight you want before making a move. Because the best decisions aren't just about the home, they're about where the area is going. If you want help breaking that down for your situation, reach out. We'll help you look at the bigger picture and make a decision that actually fits how you want to live. And if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe, because we break down real estate in Washington in a way that actually helps you make smarter decisions.